Hi, I'm Trish Renoni.
I'm Rebecca Heron.
And we are getting really drunk.
And reading scripts.
Just for you. This is
Drunk Read-Through.
Hello, we're back.
We're back.
And apparently we're at the lost cell phone and something repair shop again.
Oh, yes. And we are also hair of the dogging it today.
Oh, yes.
Because we went out for your birthday last night.
We did. It was also Rebecca's birthday.
Well, earlier this month, yes.
So it was a drinky week, for me anyways. Too many birthday celebrations. And I didn't sleep for like the last 3 days because when I have alcohol, I'm now old enough that I can't sleep.
Oh, man, that sucks.
Yeah, so today's a hangover read-through. I think it's more of a just I'm old and tired read-through.
I mean, or it's just an excuse to drink a Caesar read-through.
It's that if you're American and you're listening, Caesars
are like Bloody Marys, but they have clam juice in them.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're weird.
It sounds disgusting, but it's delicious, and it's just as Canadian as a poutine.
Which you also think is weird.
Which would be really good right now.
Oh, yeah, it would.
Those are really good for hangovers.
Yeah. Or just any late night eating.
After this, Caesar, no more episodes because I'm going to detox.
No, that's a lie.
We didn't even have that much to drink. We had a couple Guinness last night.
And some whiskey.
And we had a whiskey each because we were at a whiskey bar. Well, Rebecca had 2 whiskeys.
I had 2 because, you know.
You're living on the edge. You're still a youngin'. I'm too old for that.
You're not even that much older than me.
I found my first gray hair today, but it might have been a blonde.
Dude, I have had so many gray hairs, and I'm younger than you. I literally pulled one out today.
I cut it, and then when I cut it, I examined it, and
you're not supposed to cut it. You're supposed to rip it out.
It looked very golden.
You're supposed to rip it out, otherwise it comes back.
Well, when it comes back, I can figure out once and for all if it's a gray or if it's a blonde. What are we reading today?
Oh, yeah, so we're reading a short film written by Neal Buconjic called Undone.
Mm-hmm. Neal lives in Sault Ste. Marie. He is a filmmaker, amongst many other things. He's also a beer connoisseur.
Yeah.
If you check out his Instagram, I think it's something about bikes and beers.
Oh, cool.
So it's all about the balance. Staying fit, riding your bike, and having a beer.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Sioux thing to do.
It is.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Just don't do it together, because then that just causes accident.
Right. Like if you're going to be, like we are
don't
not.
Drink and drive.
Do not drink and drive. Please drink responsibly.
Yes.
Don't actually get drunk. It just sounds fancy in the title. Drunk read-throughs. But we don't actually.
Well, you know, it depends. I think it depends. You know, we're drinking.
I mean, just be safe, people.
Yeah.
Use your better judgment. And don't drink and text. Or send emails.
Pretty much, if you're inebriated, don't do anything.
Do not do a thing.
Except listen to our podcast.
Listen to our podcast. So, find your favorite drink. Go crack it open. Okay. Now that you've cracked it open, let's enjoy a drink together. And an old script that Neal sent in called Undone.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right.
Okay. Fade-in interior kitchen day. A pot of coffee brews. Michael, 30, spreads a large dollop of cream cheese over his freshly toasted bagel. The coffee maker sputters, hisses, and spits out the final drop of coffee into the pot below. Michael readily fills his large mug with the steaming black liquid. Bagel and coffee in hand, he wanders from the kitchen. Hall. Down the hallway to the study. Michael enters the study and approaches a large desk. A laptop computer sits in the center of the desk. A tray with a neat stack of printed pages to the right. He sets the coffee and a small plate down on the desk and turns on the computer. He takes a large bite from the bagel, then picks up a handful of pages from the pile. He reads over the top few pages as he devours the bagel. You know, I had a bagel for breakfast this morning.
What? You are so method. You somehow knew you were going to be playing Michael, and you just instinctually
ate a bagel.
Yeah. Instinctually. That's a word, right?
It is now.
Or instinctively.
Instinctively. I think that's the word.
I like instinctually.
New words. That's our new podcast.
New word.
Spin off.
Maybe whenever someone says a new word, we go, new word. Because it's going to happen a lot.
Yeah.
And let's just clarify that we are indeed writers.
Well, yes. Or pseudo-writers, as I like to call myself. Yeah, well.
It's okay to make up new words, because this is a quote from The Haunting of Hill House. Nell's character makes up a word in the series.
Right.
And she says, so they're at, anyways, I'm not going to do any spoilers, but they're talking about Nell, the siblings and the father, and they're talking about one time when she made up a word when she was a kid, and it was something about bubble envelopes? A bubble-ope.
Oh, yeah.
A bubble-ope is a puffy envelope. And then someone said to her...
that makes sense, though.
Yeah, a bubble-ope. You're not supposed to make up words. And she looked at them and she said, every word was made up at one point.
It's true.
That is a very true point. So
it's
you know
true.
what? Instinctually is now a word.
I mean, Shakespeare made up a whole bunch of words when he was writing plays.
Right.
So,
all words had to be made up at some point.
Why not? This episode brought to you by made up words.
Hangover Read-Thrus brought to you by made up words, because the hosts are hungover.
Ta-da! Okay. You want to be Michael?
Sure. So just to recap,
Michael ate a bagel.
What is he doing? He's
at his study with the computer, and
so he's looking at the computer
and bagel.
And he sits. Okay. I'm good.
No, damn, I'm good.
Okay, wait. Let me start. I'm having my Joey moment. Okay. Let me start again. Another take, please. Haha. Damn, I'm good.
Michael rubs his hands together.
Or should it be, haha, damn, I'm good? Or, ha ha ha, damn, I'm good. I am good.
I don't know. This is a question for Neal. Neal, please let us know when you hear this episode.
And thank you for letting me have my Joey Tribbiani moment.
Michael reads his hands together to brush the crumbs from his fingertips, takes a large swig of steaming coffee from the mug, then turns his attention to the laptop. His fingers go to work on the keyboard, producing a steady rhythm of clicks and clacks. A few hours pass, and the clicking of keys continues. Laura, how's the New York Times bestseller coming? Laura, 30, hugs Michael from behind. She embraces her arm that is draped across his chest and cranes his neck for a kiss.
I'm in the zone, babe. The words, they're really flowing this morning.
She smiles warmly and gives him a squeeze. I'm not surprised. Can I get you a refill?
I'm good, thanks. Is the princess up yet?
Oh, yes. You can't hear the Saturday morning cartoons blasting? Actually, you can't hear from here. This must be your fortress of solitude.
Well, you come by and visit Superman anytime you like.
Thanks, Clark. You get back to work. I'll feed the princess. She gives him a pat on her shoulder and turns to leave. Michael grasps her hand before she pulls it from his shoulder. He gives it a peck and a squeeze.
I won't be long. Love you.
Love you too, hun. Laura leaves the room. Michael smiles and returns his attention to the laptop. His fingers begin tapping away with renewed vigor. Time passes. The printer buzzes and spits out a page into Michael's waiting hand. He adds it to the pile and carefully aligns the edges.
That's enough for today.
Michael walks out of the study into the hall. He stops in front of an open doorway. Madison's room. Madison, 5 years old, sits at a small children's table. She is vigorously coloring in a coloring book. She notices Michael standing at the door, and her eyes light up. Daddy, come color with me.
Okay, Peanut.
He joins her at the table and admires her work.
Wow, are you ever doing a good job?
Madison flips through the book, searching for the perfect picture for each of them to color. She settles on one and angles the book towards Michael. They each pick up a crayon and begin working on their respective pictures. Laura soon stands in the doorway, watching over the two of them. Wow, Dad, you're staying in the lines and everything.
I try. You know, I actually have a coloring technique.
Laura is intrigued and walks over to the table.
I trace the outline of the object I'm going to color. That gives me a little buffer to stay inside the lines. See?
He demonstrates. Impressive.
Thank you. Hey, Peanut, what do you say we go outside and build a snowman? Do you want to build a snowman?
That literally was going through my head as soon as you said that. I feel like we need to have a singing breakout in this. Also, I'm sure
we need to make up new words every episode. We need to break out a song every episode.
Also, I'm pretty sure Neal wrote this before Frozen.
Before Frozen. One time so for anyone who hasn't seen Frozen, if you ever get to travel again, that's your chance. I was on an airplane and I saw a man probably around 50 watching Frozen and crying all by himself on the plane. And
that is precious.
I think he was just, maybe he didn't have kids and he was thinking, this is what I think his backstory is. He doesn't have kids. He gets on an airplane and he thinks, now is my freaking chance to watch Frozen. And he watches it and cries. So, everyone wants to watch Frozen.
Or maybe it's a sadder story where...
Oh no, don't go there. Okay, let's hear it.
Where he's missing his kids. And then he watches Frozen to remind them of his kids.
That's really sad. Maybe he's always away on business. And then they're going to grow up and resent him because he was always away on business. And he's going to be like on his deathbed one day and he's going to be like, guys, I was crying watching Frozen on the plane because I missed you so bad and I didn't want to tell you that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Okay, back to Neal's script. Frozen. I saw Frozen 2 recently. It was so good. So good.
Did you see it with your nieces?
No, by myself on a plane. Obviously. No, I did see it with my nieces. They love it.
Yeah.
They love that stuff.
Madison happily claps her hands together. Laura and Michael make eye contact and smile. Exterior backyard day. The morning air is crisp but comfortable. The family has been hard at work creating their snowman. All that remains to be done is to put the head in place and accessorize. Madison picks up the head of the snowman and Michael picks up Madison. She carefully plops the head onto the midsection.
That's perfect, honey.
Laura produces a bag of accessories. Okay, let's dress this guy up. The three of them dip into the bag and add touches to the snowman. Twig arms, buttons, eyes, a smile, carrot nose, and finally, Madison places a hat on top of their creation. They step back to admire their handiwork. A button from the midsection has fallen off and is lying at the base of the snowman. Michael approaches and puts the button back into place. He turns to face the girls. A well-aimed snowball strikes him in the chest. A huge smile crosses his face, and he happily returns the fire with the girls. Squeals of laughter echo through the yard. That's cute.
That is so cute.
Yeah.
I'm smiling from the inside out.
Interior kitchen day. Michael boils water. 3 mugs sit on the countertop along with packets of hot chocolate mix. Laura and Madison sit at the kitchen table awaiting the hot treat. The telephone rings.
Ba-ding, ba-ding.
Michael looks over to the telephone, an annoyed expression pinching his face.
Probably a telemarketer. They harass us on weekends too.
They do, actually. Those mofos, they call me all the time.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I have now put automatic block in for
That's
all
the
of those
worst.
numbers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, I just don't even answer anymore if it's
Well,
not.
and have to. Well, and now they trick you because now they have non 1-800 numbers.
416-647. I'm like, ooh, I probably got a roll. That's definitely what it is.
And then you answer, and then
I'm like,
and then it's in Mandarin or something, and you're like, I really am not looking to buy a house in China. Thanks, bye.
Yeah, or I have my ducks clean.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even own ducks. Quack. Quack.
Ductus?
Ducks. I don't own those either. I don't own a house. What do you think I
Not
am?
yet.
Not yet. One day.
One day.
You do.
I do, but I don't have those.
You don't have ducks.
Nope.
No.
And the guy
Your ducks are not in a row. Bad jokes. Now I'm in the character of Michael. Wait, didn't you start out as Michael?
No,
I'm Michael?
I read the narration.
Because now I'm definitely in the character of Michael. I'm telling dad jokes.
Michael picks up the telephone.
Okay, we're back on track. Hello?
Mike, hi, it's Liz.
Liz, hi. Long time. I thought you were a telemarketer. I was just about to let you have it. Ha ha ha.
It has been a long time, Michael. We haven't heard a word from you in more than 6 months. I know it's been hard on you. It's been hard on all of us. But you don't need to shut us out, Mike. We're your family.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Look, Michael, I respect your privacy and your decision to grieve alone. But since this is the anniversary of their death, we are going to church, then to the cemetery. I was hoping you'd join us. Holy fuck!
Oh my gosh, I have goosebumps.
Neal!
Everywhere.
That came out of nowhere!
I did not know what genre this film was, and I was really excited about finding out, because I think that's part of the fun reveal.
Yes.
I have goosebumps. Look. Well, you can't see them, because I have a sweater on, so maybe they went away, but I can feel them still.
Yeah,
Goosebumps.
I had like the hair on the back of my neck stand up. That's not cool, man.
Oh my gosh, I did not expect that. Ooh, good writing. I did not see that one coming. Okay.
No.
Creepy. I love creepy stuff.
Michael looks over to Laura and Madison. They stare intently at him.
Look, Liz, I actually have no idea what you're talking about right now. Whose anniversary?
Michael, why do you have to be so difficult? I lost them too, you know. Laura was my sister. Maddie was my niece. We loved them too.
Wow, now I have goosebumps in my cheeks and on my knees.
Michael goes numb as a wave of confusion washes over him. His stomach flips. He gets cold. Suddenly a barrage of images bombard his mind. A mangled car wreck, a funeral with 2 closed caskets, a cemetery, a haggard-looking Michael staring at himself in the mirror. This morning at his desk, him clutching and kissing an invisible hand on his shoulder. Michael coloring alone at Madison's table. Michael building a snowman and throwing snow. Alone. The memories are overwhelming. His mind spins. The phone slips from his hand. The kettle of boiling water whistles loudly.
No! I do not want to remember!
Wow, Trish,
that was my Tommy Wiseau moment.
No kidding.
Also, I might have to lower the volume because I realized on the last episode when I get close to the microphone, I think I'm helping the podcast. I'm actually hindering it because I'm very loud. I do not need to be close.
Great job.
So,
I'm sorry, Neal, that Trish just butchered that line. One more time.
I do not... What is that line from Room? Oh, I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. That's hard. Oh my God, you know what? I do not want to remember. Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Neal.
You know what we should do? Now that Cineplex is saying that we can, like, order our own theater for $125 to watch movies with 20 people, we should do a room screening.
Yes, we should. That's brilliant.
We need to make this happen. Also,
let's just screen terrible movies.
And get drunk. Wait, can you drink at the Cineplex here?
Yes, you can, yeah. I got a can of wine.
A can of wine?
Yeah, when I went with Julian.
Okay, well, let's do that.
Yeah. We didn't drink when we went to Scream. No.
No,
oh, we snuck in snacks.
Yeah, the usual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we definitely need to do that. Okay, so now we have a event. If you're in Sault Ste. Marie, it's a spin-off of Drunk Read-Thrus. It's drunk
movie watching
at the theater. So if you have any really bad movies that you've made that you would like to have screened,
maybe we can turn it into a podcast.
Yeah, we could just throw on the microphone.
Why not?
Okay, so email us 180sisterhood@gmail.com.
Okay.
No, I don't want to remember.
He frantically looks to Laura and Madison for help. They begin to fade. Daddy? They're almost gone.
No, don't go.
They're gone.
No.
Michael collapses to the floor, sobbing uncontrollably. Fade out.
Oh my goodness.
Man, that was so sad.
Now I want to see this made. These are supposed to be scripts that you'll never make, so then you're sending them in, and then we get to read them because they're, as writers, we have lots of scripts that just sit on our computers that we don't make into movies.
No.
And now I want to see this made into a movie. I
also feel like
stuff.
this is the beginning of a Hallmark movie.
I felt like that's the cool thing about it. I felt like when they were building a snowman, like I was all tingly and smiling, and it felt like it was a Hallmark movie. And then I was thinking, okay, that's where it's going. It's a feel-good, family rom-com. And then there was a twist.
But I feel like even with the twist, we could still turn it back into a Hallmark movie at the end.
Like if they didn't die.
No, they did. And the whole movie is a feature. And then they find somebody else and goes over his grief and falls in love.
Oh, yeah. So we would just leave out the haunting stuff with the family because that wouldn't fly in a Christmas rom-com or a rom-com.
Cozy romance.
Yeah, in a cozy romance, you wouldn't want to have the character.
No, in a cozy romance, he'd find somebody.
He would be a widow.
He'd be a widow, and he would find another widow, and then they would bond over their grief and fall in love.
And it would take place in a small town. And but his daughter, so if this were to be turned into that, his daughter would be alive, and it would be just the wife who died. And then they're in a small town, and then he finds that girl who snubbed him in, who he dated in high school, but then since they've snubbed each other because she moved off to the big city, so she's kind of a snob, and she comes back and she's like, ugh, and forced to hang out with him for some reason. She gives him attitude, and he's like, ugh. He gives her attitude, but there's still that look of fire between them. And then something forces them to work on something together. And she gets really close with the daughter first. And then he falls back in love with her. And they let down their guards and they fall in love. And then they make a snowman, and that's the final scene, and he proposes.
Neal, can we option your script?
Wait, didn't Neal specifically tell us that he's not a fan of that style of movie?
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know, but I feel like I recalled him saying that at some point in a conversation, but we might be wrong. So let's not speak for Neal. Neal, you need to get yourself on this podcast, and you need to clarify some things for us.
Or it just, it's the beginning of the Christmas season, so my brain is just automatically on Hallmark-style movies.
Yes.
Plus, we're also, going to be making one next year, so
yeah,
our brain is also on that.
We're in the mood for love. We are in the mood for love.
Mm-hmm.
I love Christmas time. Holiday season, not just Christmas. All the holidays. Just holiday season. I love festivities.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm hungover today. You swam with stingrays?
Yeah, in the Cayman Islands.
So I just found this little, what is this, a holiday tree decoration?
Yeah, I guess so.
Are you going to paint it?
No.
And it says, I swam with stingrays in the Cayman Islands.
Mm-hmm, I did.
Wow, you live on the edge.
I swam with them. I fed them.
Ooh.
I held them.
Have you pet them? They feel really cool.
I held them. Like they were like literally like on my arms.
Oh yeah, they're so
like,
silky.
They're so cool.
They're
and then
very
I fed
silky,
them,
but fuzzy silky.
I fed them like squid.
Ah.
And they have like this weird like vacuum suck mouth. So it was like you go under their body and like.
And then they just suck it up?
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
That's cool. So you could tell them to suck it up and they'd be like, I do suck it up.
Yeah.
Several times a day.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was a fun trip. Man, back when we could travel.
Yeah, when we could travel.
So sad.
Back when we used to cry watching movies on planes.
Yeah.
Do you want to build a snowman? Well, thanks for sending this in, Neal.
Yes. Hopefully we did it some justice.
Yeah, Neal's a very talented guy. So send us some more films, Neal. We'd love to read more. If you would allow us to read them after my butchering
of Michael.
My horrible acting. How I have ever been paid to act in a film is beyond me.
No one can judge you based on drunk read-throughs.
Yeah,
this is a fun podcast.
This is a fun podcast. I get to do purposely bad acting.
Well, sorry that now you're the joke. Now the jig is up. Purposely bad acting.
Damn it.
I mean, I am not an actor, and everyone knows that. So, you know.
I was thinking about my auditions the other day because auditions, you do so many and you book so little. And then I was thinking about how I actually act once I'm performing on set. And I think it's a little bit more natural when I'm on set and a little bit more acty in my auditions.
Yeah.
Because I'm very aware that I'm auditioning because I'm standing in front of a blank wall. There's no other characters to play off of.
There's a camera at your face.
There's no setting and there's a camera right in my face. I'm like,
yeah, I'm
being a little acty in my auditions. I feel like I'm much more natural and cool on set. But to get to set, you have to do good auditions. So I feel like I had a aha moment just yesterday thinking about my auditions. I was like, I need to be a little less, hello, I'm acting.
Maybe.
I don't know. My agent's never complained. He seems to like them, but that's maybe me kicking myself in the pants now because I'm like, I haven't been on a set as an actor in how many weeks?
Yeah, but
Since
there's
you
also...
should smile. And I'm like, what is it? Is it my hair? Is it the way I talk? Am I being too acty? Well, when I talk like that, yes, I am. I'm gonna have to take down the levels there.
But you're gonna be back on set soon because we're gonna be making our
coffee shorts.
Our coffee shorts.
Yeah, that's the lesson, creators. So if you're listening, if you want to create or write or act or do anything in the film business, just do it yourself. Yeah. Just do it.
I mean, I'm not saying, like, go out and, like, write some crazy sci-fi vis effects, special effects thing that you can't do with no money, but...
I'd say do it. Write it.
I mean, yeah, write it, but also, like, if you...
But also know that it will be very hard to get that money.
Yeah. But, I mean, if
Be realistic.
If you're realistic and know what your means are, then you can create projects like that.
Yeah, I think what you're, like, I totally agree with that, too, that you... Like, it's cool to... Yeah, write what you want to write, but then also sometimes I'm very much for writing within your means. Like writing a script specific to your means.
Yeah.
Hey, I have this location, so I'm going to shoot this. I was talking to Boomer Phillips. He's an awesome comedic actor. He's in the Trailer Park Boys. He's in Letterkenny. He plays Boomtown. Super funny, talented guy. So Squashed is a part of the Sioux Film Festival, and he was saying when he was going to submit it that it was something that they or when they had submitted it, he said it was something that they had created because he had a squash court in his condo,
right?
And then it became this whole thing, and now who knows what that could lead to. They could eventually have a show about it, or
well, that's like the cafe short we did with Mark, you know?
Yeah.
Mark's like, I have this short. Can we do it? Yeah, we'll make it happen.
We're like, we have access to a cafe, a.k.a. Rebecca's house, which it's a really cool old house, and often cafes have that really homey vibe.
Yeah.
So we're like, yeah, Stephanie Maioni, production designer extraordinaire, will make this into a cafe, no problem. Yeah. We can shoot that. And then we actually did get to shoot at a real cafe.
Yeah, a wine bar.
Yeah, well, yeah, a wine bar.
But we turned it into a cafe, and it looked really awesome.
Yeah, so it's all about sometimes just, in my opinion, I think, right within your means.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, too, like, making stuff in this business is all about practice and using those muscles. So, like, you know, I know we're all in quarantine, and some of us are in further lockdown than others, but, like, there's ways to make stuff, and...
Podcasting, for example.
Podcasting, or short films, or, you know...
TikToks. I've seen some friends and their peers I've seen go completely viral on TikTok, and they're comedic actors who had a lot of training at Groundlings and this and that in LA, but they weren't working... necessarily in film and TV, and maybe auditioning, but not booking much, didn't have a big following, and now a lot of them, boom, overnight, have that one hilarious sketch that they've created, that they've written, and now they have a platform, so they put it on TikTok, and it goes viral, and then it's, you know, people start talking about them, and now they have a bunch of followers, and they're probably going to get some comedy offers because they created their own stuff and got their voice out there within their means.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Is
anyone can shoot a TikTok video.
Yeah. And like being creative is actually about using your creative juices and making things. And
yeah. So I feel like the plus side to have a year where we're all locked down is that you can channel your creativity in other ways. Mm-hmm. And you can reach a level of success in an untraditional way. Yeah. So the road to success in this business used to kind of have a bit of a roadmap, and this year it's like, oh no, now you can do this. You could do a podcast. You could do a TikTok. Yeah. And then you have success in a whole other way, and you're published in Variety magazine for being a TikTok celebrity of the year. Yeah. And getting your content out there.
Yeah. And the other thing too, I think, is like finding the people around you who want to help and want to be creative with you. Yeah. Like, and yeah, you can do it alone, like a lot of people do on TikTok, but I feel like also it's about building that
collaborative.
Yeah, building that team together, and we're fortunate enough to have started doing that now. And
we have a very good team, and that makes a difference. You don't want there to be, look, filmmaking is hard. You don't want there to be arguing. You need to find people you're on the same page with. If it's painful and it always feels like you're taking all these steps backwards, maybe it's not the right team. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to find your people. Find your people, stick with them,
and grow up together. Yeah. Or as they say, the kids say these days, glow up together.
Glow up. Glow up.
But yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Yeah, teamwork. It's all about that teamwork. So if you have a script sitting on your computer that you don't
or in your head that you haven't written yet.
Excuse me, I just burped. Right, because even if they haven't written it yet,
yeah, they could still write it.
They could write it, send it to be read, and then that can help them workshop it. Then they can go back, but just use the title that you're not ultimately going to use. Yeah, and then change the title and do a bunch of rewrites, and then make the thing. Yeah, but if you want to, if you just want to hear how something, a first draft of something comes across. We're accepting all levels of, something that's in a first draft phase, and you can tell us that and say, hey, say on air that this is a first draft. Or if you have something that's just been, if you're going through your drive, deleting files because it's full and you come across a script you forgot about, you wrote 8 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever. Mm-hmm. You want it read just for fun. Yeah. Send it in.
Exactly.
Yeah. We love reading your scripts.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun.
It's also inspiring.
It is inspiring. Yeah. It's not easy.
No. It's definitely not easy.
To create the words on a page and to create a whole world, it's something to be proud of.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard.
I'm going to eat these olives.
Okay. I think that's it for today on Hungover Read-Thrus. And
it's been a half an hour.
Well,
time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
This is really fun.
This is always fun.
And now we have to go do boring stuff.
Yeah, we have to do grant writing because that's the other side of filmmaking, trying to get money.
It's all about them dollars.
Yeah.
Because it is show business. I was walking down the street one time, Queen Street in Toronto, and I'm just walking along. It's a sunny day. This guy is like swinging his arms on his cell phone, walking towards me like he means business. And then he goes, "That's why it's show business."
Oh my gosh. He definitely is from LA.
Yeah, that has LA vibes written all over it. No offense, LA, but anyone listening from LA is like, yep, true. When I've gone to cafes in LA to write, every single person in there is writing a script.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous.
Every person,
and the barista is an actor
and
or writer.
They're like, oh, here's my Instagram. Check out my short film.
Yep.
Yeah, but they're usually pretty charming, and you're like, okay, I'll check it out.
I mean,
it's fun. I like that vibe.
It's the city of dreams, right? I mean, everyone goes there to try to make their dreams come true, right?
It's the city of dreams and getting too drunk, hugging trees, and getting stuck in traffic.
Yeah, that's the reason I dislike LA traffic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I once took public transit there, and then, well, you know, I was in college. I was like, who cares? It's public transit. What do I have to worry about?
Mm-hmm. I've never taken public transit
And
there.
I got to the
That's terrifying.
place where I was meeting a bunch of people, and they were like, you took public transit? Are you okay? Do you need money? I can Uber you home. And I was like, guys, I'm totally fine. I just hopped on the subway, and then I walked over here, and then it was all good. And they're like, weren't you afraid for your life? I was like, no, it's just people on the subway. Like,
yeah, my friends in LA all have cars, and they would never, ever, ever, ever dream of hopping
it's
on
like
the subway.
a random classes system there. Like, if you take the subway,
but
there's
in
something
Toronto,
wrong with you.
everyone takes the subway.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Even if you have a Porsche in your garage, you're taking the subway because you don't want to pay $50 for parking a day. You don't want to get stuck in traffic, and have to park, have to drive.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So but it was funny. I was like, you guys are
it's
crazy.
funny how, and they don't like to walk either. If there's something a couple blocks away, they drive there or Uber there. If they drive there, they have all what do you call it? Parking, valet parking.
Yeah,
it's very, very fancy.
But here, everybody drives too in the Sioux.
But I also think in a lot of big cities in the States, you can just turn down one street and all of a sudden it's pretty dangerous. And then you turn back onto a street and then it's fine. And then you turn onto a street and it's dangerous. And as an outsider coming in, you don't always know. Like, I've definitely been in Chicago and turned down the wrong street years ago with my friend and her mom. And her mom was driving and was like, Doc, I turned down the wrong street. Doc!
I mean, I've definitely been on a bus in LA and it had bullet holes on it.
That you just sat here for 20 minutes, for the last 5 minutes, talking about how ridiculous it is that your friends would think that you would be like, of course I was safe on public transit. Like, I'm fine. There were bullet holes, but I'm fine.
I was fine. I'm still alive. I mean, granted, everyone looked at me. They're like, who was this white girl on the bus? But I was like, whatever.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Mom, if you're watching this, listening, sorry.
Yeah, pause right now and just move on.
I was also like 20, so, you know.
The things we do when we're young.
And think we're invincible.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. I used to walk home in the middle of the night before I knew that, before I knew of the dangers of sex trafficking, rape, all the things. And
I still...
One time I was chased, and after that I decided maybe I should.
Yeah. One time I walked home.
Maybe I should take Ubers when it's late at night.
3 a.m, and I was going from like North Vancouver to Lake Vancouver, and you have to there's the only way to get from North Van to Vancouver is bridges or a ferry. Yeah. But it was like 3 a.m. So I walked across the bridge.
Was anyone else walking across the bridge?
No. It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Uber is a very good thing.
There was no Uber back then.
Yeah. What did we do? And it's weird because we were told not to hitchhike.
Yeah.
But now we're Ubering, which is essentially hitchhiking with a bit of a trail. Yeah. So we were told not to do that. So we walked.
And now we get into strangers' cars all the time.
And now we get into strangers' cars and we pay them.
Yeah.
Let's just go back to the hitchhiking system.
But I mean, getting in a taxi is the same thing. I mean, you're technically in a stranger's car. That's owned by a company, but it's kind of similar.
Yeah, and it can be very unsafe. Yeah. I once got into a shared Uber and it was unsafe. The girl told me she wanted to punch me. Ooh. Yeah. It was an Uber pool. Whoa. Yeah. She didn't like my face. She said I looked like a celebrity she hated.
I mean, compliment, but also like...
It was a very beautiful celebrity, so I was like, okay, I'll take it. But she said, you look so much like her. I just want to punch you. Yeah.
I mean, it's an Uber pool. You know what you're getting into. You have no idea who's going to sit beside you, but like...
She was right next to me. It was a little terrifying. Yeah. I didn't know how to deal with that.
I would have been like, I'm canceling my ride.
And cancel, jump out, roll, run running home instead, getting a workout. I suddenly feel like I could use a jog, a brisk nighttime jog.
I mean, usually Uber pooled because it was the cheapest.
But you know what? In LA, the last time I was there, I spent hundreds of dollars on Ubers.
Yeah.
Because I made like 3 different plans every day with different people in different areas of town.
And you have to go across town.
So I was all over the place. I spent the whole day in Ubers, and I spent more, because I stayed at a friend's house. So I spent more on, my flight was like $350 round trip. I always get it when there's a deal. And I spent $400 on my cell phone bill.
Oh.
I got the Roam like home, but I was sending pictures to my friends after we'd hang out. They'd be like, send me the pictures. So I'd send them a bunch of pictures over text and not over. So I got charged $3 per text picture. And I paid $400 for my cell phone bill and a bunch of money for Ubers.
Damn.
But I saw Snoop Dogg for free. So that is priceless.
Awesome.
And he was like as far away from me as you are.
Whoa. And
he was so cool. He's so chill. After that, I kind of dressed like him for a couple of days because I was starstruck and I was like, new life vibe, Snoop Dogg. So I started wearing my fake fur coat, turtleneck. He wears like fancy shoes, like shiny shoes, a hat, a turtleneck, gold necklaces over the turtleneck, and then some sort of fur coat or cool jacket. Like, not that fur is cool, but faux fur.
Fur is cool.
I have like a vintage faux fur jacket that I took from my mom.
I don't care. I love fur.
So
shoot me now, PETA, but I don't care.
Well, you are, you're a northern girl.
Yeah.
You travel up north, and it's a means of survival to wear fur.
But also, if you're using a whole animal properly, then
because
it's okay.
You work in Nunavut quite a bit.
Yeah.
And you're eating seal, and you're,
Yeah, but
that's
even,
part of
even
the
before,
culture and survival.
But even before I went up there, I was like, fur is awesome.
Oh man, people are gonna come after us.
Take it. I fully accept, PETA. You will come after me.
But
nobody.
So I hear what you're saying. You are saying that if you're going to use an animal, use all of the animal.
Yeah, that's what we used to do. Now we're just greedy jerks. So.
Yeah, because the same people that say to not wear fur sometimes are eating a steak down at the local steak bar. Mm-hmm.
Steakhouse.
That's the word. Steakhouse.
Yeah.
Are we being too controversial here right now?
Who cares?
And there you have it.
I guess we should end on that. Who cares?
Who cares? Let's end on that. Who cares? To each their own. Everybody has the right to write scripts. So send in your scripts.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Trish.
I'm Rebeka.
And you're listening to
Drunk Read-Thrus, the Hair of the Dog edition.
Brought to you by 180 Sisterhood Productions. Email us, 180sisterhood@gmail.com, or find us on the socials at 180 Sisterhood.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in, and thank you, Neal Buconjic, for sending in your script. We hope to read more of your scripts. We're big fans.
Yes.
And maybe next time we'll have your favorite beer.
Yeah, you let us know.
Let us know what your favorite beer is. We'll cheers to you, even if we're not reading your script. That's what we'll do for the next one, because he drinks a lot of local beer.
Yeah. We have to go to the liquor store.
I mean, not that he drinks a lot of local beer, but I mean, if you check out his Instagram, he posts when he does drink a local beer.
Oh,
Bikes and beers. Bikes and beers, beers and bikes. Something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm hungover.
Anyway. Okay. Bye, guys.
You're listening to Drunk Read-Thrus.
Drunk Read-Thrus.
Drunk Read-Thrus.
Okay, bye.